Hello and welcome to Employable Tutorials. First thing we're going to go through is the sign up process. So you'll be greeted with this page on login, and all we're going to do is click the sign up button. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is add my photo. Now it's important to remember with a photo that this can be added to your application. So make sure the photo you do use is appropriate. You can skip the photo if you like, it's not a problem. So simply going to enter my first name and second name, my date of birth. Now this is the Android calendar. As you can see, it's opened on today's date, and I need to go back to my birth date. So top left corner, you see the 2019. I'm going to click on that and it gives me the years. I'm going to scroll down to my year and then choose my date of birth. Okay, and we click next. Simple here is to enter your email address, phone number, and postcode. Please make sure the postcode that you enter here can be changed is the postcode closest to where you live, or where it is that you actually want to see jobs from for the best user experience. Although you can dictate when job searching around your area. Enter a new password. Okay, tells you need to acknowledge the terms and conditions. If you click the terms and conditions link, it will take you to our website where you can view those, and then submit. Now it's telling me to check my email. Please also check your spam email. Okay, so once you've clicked the link in the email, it'll bring you back to the app and you log in with your login details. Next thing you're going to see is this screen here, and this is where you start building your digital CV, your profile. Now, if you want, you can save and next and skip this whole onboarded process if you want to get straight into the app. But we're just going to show you how to add some qualifications. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at where I got my qualification. I'm going to look at the date that I achieved it. Let's choose a date. Again, it can be around the date. The exact date doesn't really matter. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my qualifications. So every qualification is in the database. A star, I wish. At this point, I can press the plus button at the top of the screen, which will add that qualification, let me input another qualification from a different provider, or I can add a new qualification. So like most people from their school, they may have got multiple qualifications. So GCSE mathematics and B, and I can carry on add in new qualifications. Or maybe I can't find my qualification. If I can't find my qualification, I can go on here, and this will allow you to input the qualification. So let's say the qualification was some made-up qualification. The grade I got was an A. The level was a level 3 qualification, and the subject was in sport. Now what will happen is I press add new qualification, and I can add another one that doesn't exist in the database, or I can submit. And when that's submitted, what happens is you get a pending sign that goes to our team. Our team will look for that qualification and add it into our database. So this pending will be removed once we add it. If you've accidentally put in a qualification that already exists, can happen, then our team will assign the correct qualification to your profile. There's nothing for you to do. So at this point, I want to save my qualification and put in another qualification. So I press the plus button, and now I can look for the next. So Defence Centre of Training Support. The date I obtained it, again, just needs to be the same year and month would be fine. And we'll scroll along to February. Now what I could do is add the qualification I got. So I know it was in teaching. And so I can scroll through, and you can just put in lots of different things to try and narrow it down, or you can put in the actual one it was. There we go. Pass. At this point again, I can add a new qualification from the same provider, or I can press plus to add that qualification and go on to another qualification, or I could just press save and next. And when I press save and next, it brings me into the next part, which is building your experiences. So what's important here, you can skip it if you want to just get into the app and update it later in the profile. I'm going to add in one of my previous jobs. So put in your job title, organization, industry, so that would be in aerospace and defense. Start date, let's just make up a start date. Okay, and an end date. Now I can, if I want, press this one which says I currently work here, and you will not get the end date option. Or you can put in the end date. There we go. Now the next part is really important. It's about taking out the 10 the 10 most recognized responsibilities that you do within that role. Now me as a military person, I might be tempted to start putting in a lot of military speak. For instance, I can put in commando spirit or commando humor. Problem with that is it doesn't speak civilian. So when an employer is looking for an employee, they might not see commando spirit as a skill, and therefore you'll kind of be overlooked. So it's about taking the civilian responsibilities from that role. So if you think of some of the responsibilities I had as a Royal Marine, one of them was so follow instructions is a big one. Let's look at another one. The ability to communicate, so communication. Okay, now once I've obviously found that, I just press this plus button and it adds to my my profile here. You can scroll left and right, and you can add up to 10 of those. And it's important to really sit down and think about what it is that you're having. And this means that you don't have to sit and try and drag these different skills from different jobs that you've had and write it in a big chunk of writing. You can just pull them out and put them on there. But also, you know, this is about a digital CV. When you get, or if you get to interview, they will start asking you about these different skills. So don't inflate or lie about responsibilities that you've had, and just be as accurate as you can, and try and find 10. There will be 10 responsibilities that you had. It just takes a bit of time to think. Now at this point I can press the plus, and that's added my job to my profile. I can then get rid of these and start again. So I can add in a new job that I've had. Or I can skip. So if I skip, what happens then? I'm brought into the app. There's a simple form here that we just like to know where our users come from and how he found about us, so we can do it better. And then send that comes to us, and here you are inside the app.